Michel Barnier's rumored plan to throw his hat into the ring prior to next year's French presidential election is certain to alarm incumbent Emmanuel Macron, Tony Blair's former spin doctor Alistair Campbell has said, but Mr. Campbell also believes 43-year-old Mr. Macron is the man to get things done, and says he is poised to take over the mantle of de facto leader of Europe once German Chancellor Angela Merkel steps down later this year. The former political editor of the Daily Mirror and ardent EU backer took an in-depth look at Mr. Macron's credentials during an op-ed published on the website of the New European. Mr. Macron, who won the presidency in 2017 after beating Marine Le Pen of the far-right National Rally Party, has enjoyed a turbulent time since the onset of the coronavirus pandemic, with much criticism aimed in his direction in response to what has been seen as France's sluggish vaccine rollout. Mr. Barnier, the EU's chief Brexit negotiator, last month announced the formation of the Patriot and European faction among the Les Républicains (LR) party of which he is a member, prompting suggestions that he had his eye on the top job in France. Mr. Campbell acknowledged En Marche founder Mr. Macron's concern, as well as that Ms. Le Pen, adding, the news that EU Brexit negotiator Michel Barnier may be entering the fray is likely to have alarmed her and Macron in equal measure. Macron has undoubtedly lost support on the left with what many saw as a deliberate pitch to the right, for example in the law restricting the publication of videos of on-duty police officers, or the recently passed bill aimed against Islamist separatism, attacked by some as Islamophobic, pure politics to play to possible Le Pen supporters. But as the wheel of the electoral cycle turns, he is moving back to the strategic pitch that served him so well before, neither left nor right, big, bold positions, pragmatic but anti-populist. Hence his determination, for example, to put France at the head of calls for the richer countries to help the poorer countries get vaccinated against COVID. Looking to the future, assuming Mr. Macron is successful in winning a second term, Mr. Campbell said, as Angela Merkel prepares to leave office after 16 years as German Chancellor, most of them as indisputably Europe's most powerful figure, Macron now sees the second-term possibilities of being not just a leader in Europe, but the leader of Europe. Referring to the ongoing pandemic, Mr. Campbell praised Mr. Macron's refusal to engage in vaccine nationalism, suggesting he, just as much as Mrs. Merkel, Mrs. von der Leyen, and European Council leader Charles Michel had done. Mr. Campbell added, similarly, there is no compromising his view that France, and indeed the world, needs more Europe not less.